Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 3 of the Half Brothers podcast. As you can tell by the title, we are in fact half brothers. My name is Jacob,
My name is Glenn.
and yeah, again for the third time, we are half brothers. So, if you haven't watched episode 1 and 2, go check them out. We're already up at the time of recording. We're already at 34 followers on Instagram and 2 subscribers on YouTube. So, no big deal,
That's crazy, dude. What
Yeah.
losers, man. Only two. They're stalking us. They
We're
must be
catching
obsessed.
fire, dude. What are you talking about?
Also, like to thank our sponsors today.
They didn't actually sponsor us. I'm gonna cut that.
Nah, they didn't sponsor us. We need money before we start doing that.
Yeah, no free
Yeah.
advertising.
Well, real quick, we should probably say this episode's a little different because, as you can tell, we're not in the same room. Jacob, where are you at?
I am still in Akron, Ohio. I said it correctly this time. Hope you're happy.
I'm very proud of you. That's really good. Yes, and I am in a dungeon in somewhere. Looks like a
In
war zone,
Hogwarts.
I guess.
He's actually
I'm
at
in
Hogwarts right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Dumbledore.
actually, we'll just get off on we'll just start it here. Have you
Sure.
heard about the HBO series they're doing?
The HBO series on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I know it's like gonna take place in his world, but it's not actually Harry, right? Like what is
No,
it?
it is.
Oh, it's actually Harry?
They're redoing like the whole thing, but as a TV show.
Is Daniel Radcliffe gonna be in it?
No,
As
no, no,
Harry?
no, no.
Okay, so they're gonna recast Harry Potter while Harry Potter's still alive and well and still pretty
Well,
young.
you did just say Daniel Radcliffe, so like that's clearly Harry Potter.
Bro,
Anyway, we'll move on.
I just asked you. No. We got to clarify on this. Who is the show about? Who is the main
It's
character?
Harry Potter. Like season 1 is gonna be the Sorcerer's Stone. Like it's gonna be the entire. It's like
Oh.
they did one movie on Sorcerer's Stone. They're doing season 1 on Sorcerer's Stone. Season 2 is gonna
Oh.
be the Chamber of Secrets. Season 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. So they're going all the way through, but making a TV series so they can get more detailed with everything. And the thing I'm most excited about is if you've watched Ted Lasso, Brett Goldstein is gonna be Hagrid, and I love Brett Goldstein. He was so good in Ted Lasso. So that I'm so excited for it. And big Harry Potter fan. Like it would be so cool to be able to see a TV show where they go really in depth with all the storyline and everything. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to come out.
Did you remember seeing the very last one together?
Yeah.
That midnight
We
release
saw a
of the
lot
very
of them
last one?
together.
I think we saw most of them together, probably. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember
But
like the
real quick,
first time. I think the first time I ever went to a movie without my parents was me and you going to a Harry Potter movie.
that's right. That sounds right. Do you remember? Was that fourth one, right? Goblet of Fire, I
No,
think.
I think it was the fifth one, the Order of the Phoenix.
Well, that was my birthday. We went to that for my birthday with
Okay, then it would have been the
adults.
sixth one.
I think your mom
No.
came as a chaperone. The sixth one, yeah, Half Blood Prince. That's right.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was the sixth one.
It was a sixth one. Me
It
and
was
you.
the
That's
sixth
right,
one.
dude. Half Blood Prince for some half brother princes. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Look at that, dude.
bars.
Also, can we get a quick moment of silence for Hagrid?
All right, that was a moment.
All right, man. Well, yeah. Anyway, how's it going, bro? What'd you do today? What's new in the life of Jacoby?
Just worked. Got some soccer later. Had to remake my bed. Had to wash my sheets this weekend. That girl I've been seeing didn't spend a ton of time with it this weekend, so she got upset with me and pissed on my bed. So had to literally right in front of me. So yeah, had to wash my sheets and blankets and everything. Yeah.
What? Okay, that's kind of wild. Did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
You can get a lawyer for that.
Yeah,
Who is this
yeah.
girl?
The dog. Her name's Kessia. For anybody out there wondering, I'll post a picture of her at some point. She is gorgeous.
You
She's
son
a
of a
very
gun.
bad dog currently, but she's getting better. She's getting better. We're
I,
working on it.
I was genuinely surprised when you said that because I was like, oh my gosh, he did not tell me this. He really was gonna wait and
Yeah,
tell
no.
me on the podcast while millions are streaming.
Yeah, it was the dog.
Okay, that makes sense. Jacob has a very cute dog, by the way. She's so cute that she kept him in Ohio. So he was gonna move to Australia, and but he said
Get
kangaroos
eaten
or
by literally by kangaroos. Speaking of
yeah,
kangaroos, man, we're killing it today.
this is
I
great.
saw an Instagram reel of a kangaroo. Some dude had like 3 dogs. They were bigger dogs too. And this kangaroo had this dude's dog, was just holding it in a river. Wasn't like drowning it or nothing, but was just holding it. And dude goes up to the kangaroo, is like, let go of my dog. Kangaroo doesn't let go of his dog, so he like punches the kangaroo. Kangaroo lets go of his dog, smacks his phone out of his hand. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Dude, he
And
said,
then I just
"Let
started
go
thinking
of my
about my
dog."
dog. Yeah. I started thinking about my dog, and I was like, I'd knock that kangaroo out so quick, dude.
Yeah. But so okay, so real quick, he walks up. So the dog's the kangaroo is drowning the dog.
No, the kangaroo just has a hold of the dog like outside of the water, and it's like it's got a hold of the dog. Dog is facing the owner, so it's like not
Mm.
doing anything crazy. But he's just like, "Hey, I got your dog. Don't come near me, dude." But he like
He
won't let
said
go of the
that.
dog. I mean, not the kangaroo. Yeah, yeah. Actually, kangaroo said that. Yep.
Okay. So he did speak English. So okay,
Well,
that's what
he
I was
spoke
wondering.
Australian. He didn't speak English. He spoke
Well,
Australian.
right. Okay, but yeah. Those accents are interesting. I have a lot of Australian friends here in the city, and there's definitely a dialect difference. But the reason I asked that is because you said the guy said, "Let go of my dogs."
Yeah.
But I was wondering if he only speaks kangaroo and the guy spoke English, and then you hit him, that would be foul. But since you said the kangaroo speaks English, no excuse. Because
Australian,
I
but
would have
yeah.
tried. I would have tried to speak kangaroo first. You know what I mean? And then, but yeah, I've actually
That's
seen that
sound
clip though.
logic. I'm not gonna lie,
He
it's sound
he
logic.
decked him. He decked him. He knocked that dude out. He went straight. Tyson. I would say Tyson on him, but the last time we saw Tyson wasn't looking too good. So maybe we'd say,
Speaking of, I think you were one of the people saying that you thought Tyson was gonna win. Am I wrong?
I did say that, and I think that Tyson definitely won round one,
I think he won
and
round 1 and 2,
I
but that's
think
how I thought it
really,
was gonna go.
bro, to be honest with you, I think the issue was, I think he found out immediately that they showed his bare butt on national TV, and he was just so embarrassed and ashamed that he went out there, lost his confidence. It was just kind of weird that that happened.
He wanted that to happen, dude. He knew
He
that was
walked
gonna
away. Okay,
happen.
let's be real though. The cameraman or woman made that happen. Like the cameraman didn't have to. Like the cameraman saw that before they shifted to that, and so I wonder if Jake Paul was responsible for kind of trolling Tyson in that.
Wait, hold on. All right, are you being serious? You actually think Mike Tyson was upset about that? I
No,
think
not
Mike
at all.
Tyson.
Not at
Okay,
all.
good. I was gonna say I
I just
think
need
Mike
an
Tyson
excuse.
wanted that to happen.
He
Like
wanted
he
those
he was like,
cheeks.
this is gonna be hilarious.
Dude, he's a different type of man. Did you see the interview with the little kid that was like, Mr. Tyson, what is it? What does this mean to you? What does like your legacy mean to you? What type of legacy do you want to leave behind? And Mike Tyson was like, that means nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no legacy. We're here and then we're dead. What kind of question is that? What is a legacy? Legacy so stupid. So stupid. You stupid little girl. We're just here. We're here. We're gone. We're dead. That's all there is. There's nothing. We're dust. That's all we are. We're dust. And she was just like, wow, I've never heard that before.
I mean, I kind of love it, to be honest with you.
She handled it. Yeah, you got to keep it real with these kids, man. There's too much too much coddling of children these days. You got to be real with them. Look, we came into this world, you know, nothing, and we're gonna leave this world nothing.
Yeah.
Ashes, dust. Maybe some good soil for a new plant. Um,
Yeah. I
but
know we
anyway,
didn't want to
yeah.
get super deep on this one, but I have been listening to
Goodness.
this song, and it's
Okay.
it kind of
They
starts
not
off
like
talking
us.
about how, yep, that's the one.
I've
But it
heard of
kind
it.
of starts talking about how like he's telling like the story, like he wants to leave a legacy, he wants to be remembered and all this stuff. And then he was like, nah, that doesn't even matter. Like it's all about, getting people to remember Jesus. That's the one name to remember. Um, it's a beautiful song. I'll have to send it to you. It's a great song.
Yeah. Who are you talking about? Who's the artist?
Dude, I'll look on my Spotify, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find out.
Heck yeah, bro.
The next time I
That's
hear
okay.
it playing, I'll have to send it to you because I don't think
That's
I
all
know
right.
the
I
name
can
of
pull it
it.
up now. I have access to all your browsing history and everything, so I've been keeping an eye on
Sick.
you. Yeah. So, Jacob, real quick, man, before we kind of dive into, whatever topic we want to dive into today, I have had 2000s culture on my mind. Growing up a kid in the 2000s, I feel like we had the last real good childhood. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like it was before social media took over everything. It was before streaming took over everything. I feel like we had a good TV channels. We knew what stations were playing the shows at what time. Like there's no more suspense in the shows, right? So my algorithm right now, if you were to look at my TikTok, Instagram, my Chinese spy is putting up a bunch of Nickelodeon throwbacks and a bunch of Disney Channel, Cartoon Network throwbacks, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I was asking myself this question, right? So with Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, as far as like the live action shows, right? Or even the cartoons, actually. We'll bring the cartoons. So Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Cartoon Network for the 2000s. What's your order? Top three. I mean,
Easy.
they're the three, but put them in
Easy.
order. And then
Disney,
tell me why.
Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Easy.
That's 3, 2, 1?
Yeah. No.
Or
1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3?
1, 2, 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Disney Channel?
Disney number one.
Why is that?
I was just a big fan of a lot of those shows. Like I was a big fan of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Wizards of Waverly Place. Those are honestly the only two I can remember off the top of my head. And the Cartoon Network just has so many bangers. Camp Lazlo, Total Drama Island, Naruto, like so many bangers on Cartoon Network. And then Nickelodeon had like SpongeBob.
Okay, all right. Nickelodeon had SpongeBob, really? Okay, great.
What else did Nickelodeon have?
Bro, Drake and Josh,
Oh,
iCarly, Rugrats.
Wasn't the biggest fan of Drake and Josh.
CatDog?
Wasn't the biggest Rugrats. Wasn't the biggest CatDog. CatDog, honestly, kind of gave me nightmares. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
Same
okay.
with Rugrats. I did not.
Fairly
like
Odd
shows, to be
Parents.
honest with you.
Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents.
Here's a
kidding
one
me?
for you. Did you like this? That's a good one. I will give you that.
Thank you.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. How do we feel about it?
Traumatized.
Good.
I'm
good.
traumatized.
I hated
I
that
feel
show.
like
My
I
least
look
favorite
like
show of all time.
I feel like I'm in a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode right now, like against this brick wall, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Can we do that? Can we do it?
Can
Can
we?
we?
The Dungeon of Hogwarts.
That's true. Well, you have the candle behind you, so you're like in Hogwarts, but I'm in Courage the Cowardly Dog. Can we edit this and have like Courage as my face right here and have that weird thing that's standing outside doing the dance? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like singing, standing outside like, ooh.
For a clip,
And he
we
was like,
can. I'm not doing that for the whole podcast.
No, do it right now. The whole podcast. I'm just going to do this for the next 40 minutes. What was the lady's name? Meredith? Courage and Miriam?
It sounds.
What was the guy's
it sounds
name?
kind of accurate. I don't know because I hated that
Bro,
show.
yeah, it was crazy. I like loved it, but hated it. I was like scared. I wouldn't watch it at night. I had to watch it during the daytime. I had to watch
Absolutely
Courage
hated
Cowardly
it.
Dog during the day. Like if it was daytime, I could watch that show. Nighttime, no way. But let me give you my real quick. Let me give you
Another
my top
good
three, bro.
Nickelodeon one, Danny Phantom. All right, go ahead.
There we go. There we go, dude. You just keep stacking them up. Okay, so I love comedy. I love laughing. And so I think the funniest shows were by far Nickelodeon. Okay? I think
Okay.
the funniest shows, and, obviously it's unfortunate we found out he was like, a weird dude, terrible guy, a lot of terrible stuff going on like within his production company, which is, just really, really terrible. It's a bummer. But all of the shows that
Wait,
Dan
what?
Schneider made.
Oh,
You-
okay.
You never watched that? Yeah, that documentary. We don't need to talk about that. That's pretty deep. That's wild.
I
but
just
it's
didn't know
terrible.
he was the Nickelodeon guy.
Yeah, he made iCarly, Kenan and Kel, all that, The Amanda Show, and maybe you know what too. You are a few years behind, so maybe you weren't there during like all that Amanda Show, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember
Kenan and
Amanda's
Kel.
show, but it wasn't big. Keenan and Kel never watched it. I've seen clips of
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Never
Oh.
remember watching it as a kid.
Kenan and Kel might be my favorite show like ever. Like that, I just grew up on it. I could not get enough of it. Greatest, and Kenan Thompson has been on SNL like ever since he left that show. So he's like incredible. But yeah, man. I mean, orange soda. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. You don't remember that?
Nope.
Yeah, it was wild. So I would say Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Because on top of all those shows, you had SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents. Danny Phantom was great. There was Hey Arnold back in the day. I don't know if you remember that one. Doug was a
Actually-
great show. But yeah, number two.
Cartoon Network is my number one. I changed my mind. Go ahead.
Okay, I can respect that. Number two is Cartoon Network for me, and it is cutting it close because Cartoon Network. I did love Batman the Animated Series. Was obsessed with that show. Justice League and
I was gonna
Justice
say
League
Justice League.
Unlimited. Teen Titans, like all the DC shows were there.
Teen
And then you
Titans was a
had
banger. Not Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans the original.
Foster's for Imaginary Homes or whatever. For Imaginary
that
Friends.
was the one that just came to mind. That I was like, oh, I gotta put Cartoon Network on.
Yeah, that show's incredible. Gosh, what else? You named a few. I mean, Dragon Ball Z, Samurai Jack. Dude, there were so many
Naruto.
bangers there. Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Have you watched Naruto all the way through? You've ever seen it all the way through?
No, no. To be honest, anime I always liked it, but I could never like commit to it. Like I liked watching it a little bit here and there, but there was just so much TV that I was obsessed with outside of that scope.
Uh,
Um, yeah, but then Disney Channel '3 for me, just because I
what
like
were your
Disney
shows on
Channel.
Disney?
I mean, That's So Raven was like my favorite Disney show.
Corey in the House.
Corey in the House was dope. Corey in the House was dope. It didn't get a long run. It should have. I thought that show was great. But before all that, my first ever celebrity crush as a child, I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I saw a show with a blonde girl, and the show was called Lizzie McGuire.
Mm.
And so Hilary Duff was my first ever celebrity crush, and I remember watching her in an episode as a child, and this man came on that was a pop star that she was in love with, and I was so jealous of him. And he sang this song called "I Want Candy." I want candy, and his name was Aaron Carter.
Yep. And your sister was obsessed with him.
And my sister was obsessed with him. That's right. Yep.
Yep.
Shout out to Allie. She was a. You remember that? That's so funny. She
I
had
do,
so many
yes.
shirts of his. And rest in peace. May he rest in peace. He passed away, I think, a couple years ago. Man,
Yeah.
we got all right, moment of silence for him, too. All right. But yeah, man. I mean, we had it great, though. TV back then was just incredible. But Disney Channel did promote some stars, right? Like
High School
Selena
Musical.
Gomez. Dude. Banger.
All time banger, dude.
We're
Our sister,
breaking
the
free.
one that we mutually share, would
Yeah.
have birthday parties over
Yeah.
that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I think she still does. I mean, I think even at the wedding,
They
her
rewatch
wedding.
them. They have birthday parties and rewatch them.
Dude, I don't know. Probably, dude. I mean, I feel like, the guy she married, God bless him, he's a great guy. He's watching all those things. He also is a Taylor Swift fan. Like, anything that she's obsessed with,
He's a
he has to be
Swiftie.
obsessed. I mean, he has to be. But yes, he is. Yeah, he's a bit of a Swiftie. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. We love him, and he's great for her because, he lets her do. He pretty much lets her pick the movie. He's that type of guy. Like she gets to pick the movie every night. So yeah,
And honestly,
great guy.
good for her for actually picking a freaking movie.
Yeah, right. I will say that about. I don't want to say her name out loud in case she sues us, but yeah, no, she is a decisive individual. I will say, Lil Sis can make her mind up, and she has very, she might be quiet at times, but when her mind's made up, she doesn't budge.
She does follow us
So-
on Instagram.
She does. Shout out to Katie. I'll say it. If she asks me to bleep it out, we'll bleep it out. Shout out to Katie. Yeah, yeah, man. Anyway, 2000s were amazing. We had stars like Miley Cyrus come from our TV time. Ariana Grande is huge now. She started on a little show called Victorious. And let's see, Selena, Miley, who else? Like, there's so many that
Zac
came from
Efron.
Disney Channel. Zac Efron, Demi Lovato.
Demi.
And so, like, a lot
Most
of
of
these
them are
people.
crackheads now, but
Yeah, a lot of them did. I think she's back, though. I think she came back from the crack. So I think she's doing better now. But,
sure that's.
God, but, all right. I didn't
Knock
say
on
it. I'm
wood.
hopeful
Knock
for
on
you,
wood.
Demi.
Me too. She used to
yeah.
be my woman crush until she started cracking out all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, it's really sad. That happens a lot though to these child star, and really a lot of people just in their 20s. Like we're fortunate enough that we never went down that. But dude, in New York, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I got our list. No, there's a lot of people that just yeah, drugs are bad. Don't do them. That's all I gotta say. Don't do
Don't do 'em.
drugs unless you're looking for a good time. But then still, don't do them. I don't do them. I really don't, man. I haven't
I
had a
stopped
beer
doing them.
in a while. But yeah. Anyway, dude, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest, bro. My hip hurts really bad right now.
Poor
I
guy.
had surgery.
Yeah, he did
yeah.
have surgery. I don't know if we've talked about that. We had to have mentioned it.
Yeah, we had to mention it. Don't get old. Don't grow up. But yeah, Jacob and I, we've been enjoying doing this podcast. This is our first one where I'm live from New York. He's live from Akron. I think that we don't really have like a locked in topic that we want to talk about today necessarily. Unless is there anything that's been on your mind, Jacob? Anything that
Well,
that's been
something did just
inspiring?
pop into my mind when we were talking about these TV shows.
Okay.
So many TV shows, so many movies, so many TV shows copied the same storyline. And I can actually name 3 off the top of my head. And
Okay.
this is another one that boosts Nickelodeon up for you. Avatar, Naruto, and Harry Potter all follow the same theme.
Okay.
There's an unexpected hero who comes from very humble beginnings. He's not the hero that you always think that you're gonna have, but for whatever reason, he is the hero. He comes to a moment in his time where he has to choose between like vengeance or killing and peace, and he dies and comes back to life. Where else have we heard that story?
LeBron James. He had left Cleveland, and Cleveland was dead, and then he came back, and Cleveland was brought to life. Go Cavs!
Go Cavs, baby. But yeah, no,
Jesus Christ,
yeah,
baby!
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So,
That's what
but
we were
like,
talking about.
I watched Avatar, and I was like, huh. And then I started thinking about Harry Potter, and then when I watched Naruto, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Because Naruto dies, comes back to life, chooses peace. Avatar dies, comes back to life, chooses peace. Like he could have killed the Fire Lord at the end, but instead he just takes his bending and lets him live.
Yeah,
And same with Harry Potter. He doesn't kill Voldemort. Voldemort dies, but it's not because Harry Potter killed him. I actually
yeah.
don't
You're
remember.
spot
Does Harry
on,
kill
man.
him?
I'm trying to remember. I think he does. I think he does at the
I don't
end.
think he
But,
does it on purpose. He doesn't do it on purpose. He
well,
wants to not do it.
yeah,
And
he
he
wants
does
to
die and
not
come
do
back to
it.
life.
Yeah, no, I mean J.K. Rowling has made it clear like that because a lot of the thing about Harry Potter, a lot of the church for the longest time, dude, like these Christians were like, that's witchcraft, you can't watch that, and like my grandparents wouldn't even want to hear that I went and saw the new Harry Potter. So my mom would be like, hey, when you go over to Grandma and Grandpa's, don't tell them that you just saw the new Harry Potter. And then I packed my book one time, like, and I
Ooh.
don't, I don't, which I can't read, but the cover looked cool, right? It had a picture on the front, and the Harry Potter covers were super cool. The pages with the words, not as good looking.
If it had
Um,
pictures, it would have been way better.
yeah, for sure, exactly. I agree. I don't know if you've seen Nate Bargatze's bit on SNL, but he talks about how books should have a few blank pages in between to just give you a second. Like let you get your head up, above water. He said it's really good. Um, Shout out Nate. Nate, I'm excited for you to come to New York. We'll chat when you're here. I wish. But yeah, but a lot of like, even like, whoops, even with C.S. Lewis, his writings, like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, very inspired by his faith in
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. I
Aslan
mean, like
is a
that was like the whole point of it.
yeah. So I think the theme, I think there's just like a longing within all of us, or a lot of us at least, to see like that comeback story, that redemptive process where it's like, what was once very meaningful, we look up to, and then in a moment where we need them, it seems like they disappear or they die, and now our great hero leader has died,
Hmm.
and then they raise from the dead. Superman, even in the Henry Cavill series, it's like there's just something about that, and so people are like, oh, it's just movies, but like when you watch those movies, there's a resolve within you, right? And the reason they write these stories is because they don't want to end it with the hero dying and then chaos ensues, right?
Right.
And then there's failure and suffering, right? Because that's not, we know that that's not how it should be. And so I think the reason that these movies and these stories copy one another and that they all end the same is because we all know, we have this collective desire where we want to see things redeemed, all things restored, and for there to be resolution
And
and
peace.
wholeness and peace.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's because we're all connected
Yeah.
through the Creator.
And I think,
So,
believers, non-believers, like I think we all want it to be true. Like whether you admit it or not, like we want it to be true. And those
yeah,
movies, they kind of make you think like, man, is it? Can it be true?
yeah, yeah. I think people want something to hope for, um, but sometimes we can be a little bit like tailored to what we want to happen instead of what is actually true. So in other words, we want to hope for something, but we want to hope for something that we want the way we want it instead of having hope that surpasses our understanding, surpasses our knowledge, and surpasses even like what we think would be the ultimate resolution. Um, but yeah, films, man, film, TV, entertainment. Uh, it can be funny. It can bring you joy, right? That's why I love comedy. Real quick, you're breathing into your mic, by the way. It's picking it up. Just a heads up. Um, and then we can edit that part out. Uh,
I'm gonna keep it in,
yeah, just
and I'm gonna clip it.
yeah. You should actually. What I was gonna suggest is, you should take a bite of the mic. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of the reason that we even like I can't
I
wait for
can't believe
like
I just did that, dude.
I want someone to be listening in their car when we're 20 years from now. I want them to find this.
Was that loud?
Not really for me, but I feel like it'll come out loud. We can just bleep it. We'll just act like you said a really bad word um, in that.
Did you
Anyway,
ask ChatGPT those 20 questions?
oh yeah, dude.
Are they lame? Mine look like super lame.
What did you tell it to? Oh, it only gave me 5 actually.
I said 20 questions to ask your brother to see how well they know you.
Okay, are they lame? The thing
What's
about
my middle name? Like that's lame.
Jacob Anthony Hopkins, right?
Whoa.
It's
Alan,
Jacob
dude.
Mildred or Allen. Why did I say? Oh, I got you mixed up with the actor. I got you mixed up with the actor, bro. I was so confident in
Wow.
that. That's right, Jacob Allen. I was like, I was remembering your nickname, Jacob Allen. Jacob Anthony.
I guess you were probably a little worse behaved kid at your house than I was at my house, and your mom said it a whole lot. Glenn
Said,
Tyler.
yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah, definitely,
Mm.
yeah, Jacob
Well,
Allen. I
and like
remember.
one of your best friends as a kid's name was also Tyler, so like it kind
That's
of made it
right, yeah,
easier to remember.
that's right. Shout out Tyler. We're getting a lot of
Honestly, I
shout
was
outs
so
today.
happy. I was so happy when I got to see that dude again.
I know, right?
That was a great
He's
time. I was glad
amazing.
he came out with us.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. We got to reconnect after
And he's
I've known
still
that dude.
so funny, man.
Funniest dude ever. Funniest dude ever. And here's the thing. I love this city. I love New York City. But dude, I just love a good boy from Ohio, from the country area of Ohio. Just no filter. Nice guy. He's not being mean, saying anything hateful. But there's nothing politically correct about him, and it is so refreshing, and I love it. And just a good guy, though. Biggest heart ever. It was really cool to see him smoke a cigar at the cigar lounge for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
There was a
funny
lot of
seeing.
us
He's
that met
like,
him for the first time ever that night.
"That's right. That was your first time smoking a cigar. What'd you think of smoking a cigar? Right? Because it's a classier thing. It's not like you're not trying to get a high or anything like that. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't smoke anything really except cigars on an occasion, and an occasion like that was good because I brought a lot of my boys together that I hadn't seen in a while. My little brother was there, my god brothers were there, best friends were there. I was like, so let's have a nice cigar and some whiskey.
I had a really good time that night, to be honest with you. And the thing I like about cigars is it's not something I could ever see myself doing alone. Um, it just seems like a very social thing. Like I'm never gonna want to smoke a cigar by myself. I did buy one to smoke by myself, but I've genuinely never had a desire to open it up or anything like that. But yeah, it was a really good time. Could have also just been that the lounge was really sweet. Like I thought the vibes there were immaculate. Um, so it could have been a number of things, but I had a great time that night. That was a great night,
Yeah,
especially
no,
at the end of the night when you got the small pizzas and you were so mad about it, and Lucci kept saying stuff, and oh man,
yeah, man,
it made
yeah,
it
that was
so much funnier. And I know you probably hated it, but I thought it was so funny, dude.
Here's the thing, man. I love Akron, Ohio, but there's no mercy with the boys in Akron. it
No.
was just, it
And that's how
was
you know
just
they're your boys,
ridiculous.
though. Like I've always kind of said this. Like if somebody doesn't make fun of me, I don't really think we're friends.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. 100%. Like the way that I can gauge if someone's my boy, like if we're bros, we're tight, is if he can roast me and I can roast him
Hmm.
without it getting too like emotional or out of hand.
Yeah.
Like no one likes. By the way, like I just want to clarify because a lot of people, I see in New York and all this stuff. It's like they're like, no, don't be offensive. Like offensive comedy is terrible. Look, I'm not even talking about being offensive. I'm talking about someone you love and know very well, and you pulling out or pointing out their worst insecurities in front of some of your other friends, and maybe sometimes in front of, it's kind of a foul if you do it in front of people that are not your friends. But if you do it with them in front of a group of people that everyone knows and loves, and it's a good time, and then you're just kind of roasting them each other, it's totally fine. It's all love. It's a love language. But it also sucks to be on the other end of that, like when you think you're ordering a bunch of large pizzas for the entire crew that has been starving and waiting for food for hours, and then the pizzas show up, and it was a lot of money, and the pizzas are all like this size, bro. When I walked in and I set those pizzas down, my boy Moochie looked at me like this. He's got his glasses, right? So he's got, Moochie's a stylish dude, right? They own a fashion line, but this is what I saw. Those are the pizzas we've been waiting for, huh? That's pretty much it. He didn't talk like that. He doesn't talk like that at all. But that's me roasting him
Yeah.
because Moochie,
Get roasted.
sorry about the pizzas, bro.
Nerd, eat socks.
Yeah, he's gonna go off now. We have to bring him on the podcast now so he can roast me in real time. Because he's gonna be like, "Hey, man, nice podcast. Saw that clip you posted with my name." Because we're gonna post that clip.
We are for sure. Yeah.
Shout out to Moochie. Shout out to Boisterous in South Carolina, Charleston, baby.
Go check him out.
Just amazing fashion line, leathers, oysters, boisters.
Woo!
Also, one of their top investors is none other than Darius Rucker.
Only know who that is because of them. So who's doing more for who?
Oh, dude, ask your mom who he is. Your mom will. Dude, she'll know.
Definitely doesn't know who he is.
Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish. Your mom will know
who
Hootie and the Blowfish.
I've heard of
is,
Hootie and the
bro.
Blowfish. I didn't know that was the guy.
That's the guy. That's the guy. Oh yeah, bro. There you go. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, anyway, but yeah, man, it's roast your boys. Boys will roast each other. Let us roast each other. If you're a man and you can't take being roasted, and it might be something about your physical features.
Yeah.
We do that as bros, but it's love.
It's love.
And if you can't take that, then you don't want to hang out in Akron, Ohio.
Nope.
You just don't.
Nope.
We can be friendly, but I'm never bringing you back to my hood. You know what I mean? I'm never bringing you back home to the boys, which when I phrase it like that makes it sound like a girl I'm dating or a relationship, and that's not where I was going.
Same thing, though. Like, if we're in a relationship and you can't get roasted, sorry.
Yeah.
Gonna roast you.
Yeah, I will not roast a woman about her physical features.
No.
That's all. That's that. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. But I'll roast her about some tendencies. Like, do you talk a lot during the movie that I'm trying to watch?
Should we?
Yeah. Do you never know what you want to watch, even though there's literally 3 movies you've been talking about all week?
Yes.
Oh, babe, you want to watch Nightlander? No, I just don't think so. You were talking about it all week. Yeah, I just don't know. There's nothing to watch. There's 500 things to watch. But I've been single for years, so I don't know why I'm acting like this has been a recent problem.
You do date, though, don't you?
I do be dating. Took a little break, though, as in no one wants to go on a date. But that's just a nice way of saying, yeah, they all said no. If anyone's ever like, yeah, man, I'm just taking a break from dating, it's like, oh, you got rejected. No worries.
Well, see, I actually am taking a break from dating.
No,
I'm not even trying. And this is the first time in my life.
Bro, 100%, we are both on a break from dating right now.
First time in my life. I'm actually, I deleted all my dating apps.
Great.
I don't get the explore page and look at the chicks it sends to me. First time in my life, I'm ever you know what? I don't even want a girlfriend. I don't even care.
That's right, dude.
And I'm honestly kind of proud. It's relieving. It's a very stressless feeling. I do have a question for you, though. We were talking about this at the Super Bowl with my buddies. And this has kind of popped up on social media a little bit ago, so I feel like you should have an opinion. If you don't, you're going to come up with one. Who could transition into the other professional sports league easier? NFL players or NBA players? And I will tell you this, there is a correct answer and there is only one correct answer.
So you're saying who could transition from NBA or easier from NBA to NFL or NFL to NBA? Well, LeBron can do whatever he wants. So if we're going off someone like LeBron, I think LeBron could transition into the NFL pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think, but here's the thing, to be in the NBA, you have to be somewhat athletic in the sense of or not, they're all athletic, but you have to be quick. You have to have some speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you're fast, which in the NBA, most of them should be fast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not big centers, but the league's kind of moved away from that. So you could play, relatively speaking, you could play corner or safety or wide receiver or even punter. You can hold the kicks. So
it's position on the team.
Yeah, but if you're like a lineman, if you're an offensive lineman and you're just like you're like 300 pounds, big old beer belly, you might be dominant from a defensive standpoint. No one's getting by you, at the hoop, but I could like dribble around you. I could break your legs pretty quickly,
So
and
you're
I
saying
think I could
basketball
shoot.
then?
I think it's easier for basketball players, generally speaking. There could be more NBA players that go to the NFL and do decent than there could be the other way around.
Here's the easiest way to answer that question. Antonio Gates played basketball at Kent State and
Did he
is
really?
going into the Football Hall of Fame. Like,
Did
yeah, he didn't play football in college. He played basketball and then went into the NFL draft and is one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. Nobody argues that LeBron James would be one of the best tight ends to ever play the game.
yeah.
I think it is hands down. And it's a 53-man roster in football. That's a lot of
Yeah.
positions that you could take.
You
There's
could get a red
9
shirt.
people on a basketball team. 9. Nobody.
Yeah.
Like the guys who are doing it are the guys that are going to keep doing it.
Yeah, but
Like it'd be hard for NFL players to take a G League spot. I think that's what the level of that basketball players are at that I think people don't realize. Like it'd be hard for NFL players to get a G League spot straight up.
yeah,
And
for
like
sure.
basketball is more of a technical sport as well. Like you actually have to be good with the ball, where football is really just sheer athleticism. Like if you can catch the ball, if you can run, if you can cut, you're probably good enough to make a team.
Yeah. I mean, I would only say this: the flopping in the NBA, if that's any sign as to how weak they would be in the NFL,
I
not
think
cutting it.
that's I don't but I don't think that's weakness. I think that's because they know they can do it and get a call.
Yeah,
And a
they're
free throw is
acting.
going to be easier than fighting through the contact.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree, but I just want to end this part with LeBron James is the GOAT. Luca and LeBron will get a ring together. LeBron will come home to Cleveland for one final farewell season, just like John Cena is doing in the WWE right now.
I
But
sure hope
Jacob, I
so.
know you have to go soon because you have a soccer game because you're a semi-pro soccer player, right?
I wish. I wish. I
Well,
wish. I
semi-pro in
just
my
play for
mind is
fun.
that is semi-pro in my mind. If you're an adult and you're not playing at the high school or collegiate level and you're not pro, it's semi-pro because
Um, Semi-pro would mean I would get paid at least a little bit, and I actually have to, in fact, pay to play. So,
okay. Well,
yeah.
you know what? I try to give you credit. So why don't we do this? You want to end with some rapid fire questions?
Let's do it. We're bringing back your guys' favorite segment, rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You
I'm
want to
gonna
tell
set
them
it.
what we're doing today? What the questions are over? You want me to
So
answer?
here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do. You want 1 minute on the clock, right, for each of us?
Yeah.
We'll do 1 minute on the clock. 20 fun and revealing. How well do you know your half brother questions? Like I did that. This always makes it more interesting when you do this. So we'll ask questions, set a timer, and then that's it. So how about I ask you first? I'm gonna set a timer for a minute on my phone and ask you, and then you'll set a timer for a minute on your phone, and then you ask me. Does that sound good?
Yeah. I'm actually using my phone for the questions, so I might need you to do the
Oh,
timer.
that's totally fine, dude. I can definitely do that. So I'm gonna go and ask you the questions. Are you ready?
Give me 2 seconds.
1, 2.
That actually worked out perfect.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 20 questions. Let's see if we can get through all 20 in 1 minute. I'm asking you questions, by the way, about me, and I hope there's answers. I gotta put my glasses on like an old man, but okay, it's not gonna work with these headphones. I just need to make sure I know the answers to these as well, because I don't know if I know the answers to these myself. Here we go, Jacob. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. What was your brother's favorite childhood TV show?
Drake and Josh.
Correct. What was his go-to fast food order as a kid?
I feel like you're a cheeseburger kind of guy. So like McDouble and fries.
Wrong. Wrong. Next question. What was his most worn outfit or favorite piece of clothing growing up?
I can say you loved the Proteges back in the day.
That's correct. What was his
Or the
favorite video game?
Starberries. You love the
Okay,
Starberries.
we'll take both of those. What was his favorite video game as a kid?
What was it? Oh, Gears of War.
Yep. Did I have a childhood imaginary friend or a weird habit? And if so, name it.
I'm gonna say you did not have an imaginary friend. And as far as weird habits go, I mean, you broke bones kind of easy.
I did break bones. You broke one of them.
I did.
My timer is already going off, so it looks like we only got through 5. But how about I just ask you a few more for fun?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, do you know my all-time favorite movie? I'll give you a hint. Jim Carrey is in it.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber.
Correct. Yep. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, weirdest or dumbest injury I ever had.
When I Broke Your Pinky.
Absolutely. Yep. What do you think if I had to pick a superpower? What do you think it would be?
Teleportation. So then you could just poof back into Akron whenever you wanted.
Yo, until at first I was like, nah, but then you made me realize how much I have to travel, and that would save me so much time.
Yeah.
Actually, so I think I would do teleportation.
And money, and you
Um,
wouldn't have to drive and hurt your hip
Oh,
anymore.
dude, that's so true. Okay, I'll do one more, and then let's see, and then I would. Oh, okay. If I could time travel, what era do you think I would visit?
World War II.
Why?
I don't know. You just kind of seemed like a World War II kind of guy.
I would have defeated that man.
Exactly.
That's the one. That's the one with the guy, right? That
With the
Kanye
guy.
loves all of a sudden. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
terrible guy. We
really
don't
weird.
condone that. Okay, I'm gonna set a minute, and you ask me questions about you, and then I know you got to go. Is your ride there right now?
Nobody's on his way.
Okay, here we go. Tell me when to start the clock.
Alrighty, go ahead.
And action.
Do I prefer beach or mountains? Mountains.
Ah.
Would I rather take a road trip or fly to my destination?
Road trip. You only flew that one time with me, right?
No, I've flown a few times, but I
Or
would
you
rather
flew,
road
but you
trip.
don't like flying. Okay, next.
Yeah. What is my favorite type of cuisine from another country?
No idea. Pass. Next one.
Japanese. What is one place I've always wanted to visit but haven't yet? It is a state,
think-
I'll tell you that.
Texas.
Hawaii.
Wisconsin. Hawaii. Okay, next. Damn it.
Have I ever gotten lost while traveling?
No.
Nope, it's impossible for me to get lost. Do I prefer cold weather or warm weather? This is a good one.
Cold.
Yes.
Okay, that's the time. So I think I got two or three of those wrong. But ask me a few more. Just fun ones that you like out of those questions.
Have I ever missed a flight or had a travel mishap?
That's right, bro. You sure did. And
Only time ever.
honestly, you could have skipped that trip because I got sick.
We both did.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got sick right after that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't have kissed you.
If I had to live in any country for a year, where would it be?
Mexico.
That's not a bad shout, but I was thinking Argentina. Just a little
Oh,
higher class
okay.
version of
Yeah.
Mexico, I feel like.
Yeah, yes. You got that Spanish. Yeah, you got that Messi. Wait, yeah. He used to play there, right?
Yeah. I mean, he plays for
He-
the national team.
Nah, yeah.
These are all about traveling.
Switch
All right,
it up,
what is
don't ask-
my all-time favorite movie?
Give me a hint. I gave you a hint for this one.
It also has Jim Carrey in it.
It's funny.
Ish.
Oh.
It's not
It's
like
not Bruce
super
Almighty?
comedy. No, it's not Bruce Almighty. I actually don't
Jim
know if you've
Carrey.
ever seen this movie. We've never talked about it before.
Give me one more hint.
Um,
Have I seen it? You know I've seen it though.
I don't know that you've seen it.
Oh, you don't know.
I'm like pretty sure he works as like a banker or like in an office.
What movie is this? I don't know.
The Truman Show.
Oh my gosh, yes, I've seen that movie.
So good.
He was a banker?
I can't remember
Dude, that's
what he
an
was.
amazing. That movie trips me out
Mhm.
because it
Like
could
this could
be
be
true.
this could be my life.
It could be my life, and you could be faking this whole thing right now.
It could be. All right, last
Or
one.
yeah.
Who is my all-time favorite UFC fighter? If you get this one wrong, like podcast is done. It's over with.
B.J. Penn.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, bro.
All-time favorite.
Sick, dude. Well, this was a fun one.
This was a good one.
Yeah, a little bit of a ADHD podcast today, but I like it. You know, our ADHD, ADD, except that doesn't exist, right, Jacob?
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, so regardless, our stream of consciousness went pretty well today. And we kept it to 45, 46 minutes. Well, Jacob, before we go, do you have anything you'd like to plug? Anything coming up? Any events? Any just cool things you're going to talk about? Any shows you like that are coming out soon besides Harry Potter?
Ooh. Not too many shows I know of coming out soon or anything like that. But you can go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Half Brothers Pod. Make sure you subscribe to us on Spotify and on YouTube, Half Brothers Pod on both of those as well. And then go follow us each on Instagram. I am at _HoppyHops. I'm gonna help you get more fit, help you be able to play with your kids, help you be more mobile.
That's right. And I am Glenny T. Shin on Instagram and on TikTok and YouTube, Glenn Tyler TV. I'll be posting comedy content, stand up, sketch, me just being stupid at home, giving rants and opinions that no one asked for, but you're going to get.
All right, brother. It was a
Dude, my
fun.
teeth look so white.
They do actually look really white. Mine actually
They're not.
don't. That's why, and they're like not straight, which is why I was
It's
kind of glad
all
that Mike was covering them.
it's all lighting, brother. These teeth are so yellow from Coca-Cola, and
Glad you
coffee.
clarified.
That's right. Well, Jacob, I love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
Go win your soccer game.
I'll try my
Do
hardest.
it. Do it for Akron. Do it for LeBron. Yeah, folks. Until next time, I'm Glenn,
I'm Jacob, and we'll see you
and
next
this
week.
is the Half Brothers Podcast. Take us away, Jimmy.